Welcome to World Buzz Bulletin. Today is Sunday, the 11th of January, 2026. As the world navigates the opening weeks of the new year, the international community remains gripped by the harrowing images and reports emanating from the epicenters of global conflict. While many hoped 2026 would usher in an era of de-escalation, the reality on the ground remains a testament to human endurance against overwhelming violence. We turn first to the catastrophic situation in the Palestinian territories. Throughout the events of January 10th, the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and the West Bank deepened to a point that many legal and human rights observers describe as a total collapse of international protection. Following months of what the global public describes as continuous and devastating terror attacks, the infrastructure of civilian life lies in absolute ruin. The recent barring of 37 international aid organizations has created a lethal vacuum, leaving millions without the most basic medical care or nutritional support as the winter cold intensifies. Reports from the ground indicate that the siege has reached a terminal stage, with families trapped between the wreckage of their homes and the constant threat of further military action. The world is asking with a single, thunderous voice, when will this terror finally end? The aspiration for a free Palestine where every child can wake up without the sound of shells, and every family can live their lives freely remains the central moral challenge of our time. The demand to stand against terrorism in all its forms is not just a political stance, it is a desperate plea to save humanity before the silence of the rubble becomes permanent. Simultaneously, the update from Ukraine on this 10th of January highlights a nation locked in a struggle of icy determination. The fourth winter of this full-scale conflict has seen a relentless targeting of the energy grid, leaving cities like Kharkiv and Odessa in prolonged periods of darkness and freezing temperatures. Yet the resolve to free Ukraine remains unbroken. Ukrainian forces continue to hold their positions along the frozen front lines, resisting offensives that seek to erase their national identity and territorial integrity. The international community continues to weigh the necessity of sustained support against the rising costs of war. But for the people in the trenches and the bunkers, the struggle is for the very right to exist as a sovereign and independent people. The courage displayed in the face of such overwhelming aggression continues to inspire those who believe that liberty is a right, not a privilege. As we witness these parallel tragedies, we are reminded that the defense of one is the defense of all. To save humanity, the global community must find the courage to prioritize the preservation of life over the expansion of power. The yearning for justice and the call for freedom resonate from the rubble of Gaza to the battered streets of Ukraine. We must move beyond rhetoric and demand a world where every nation is free and every human life is considered sacred. As 2026 unfolds, may our collective voice for peace finally silence the machinery of war and bring an end to the terror that has defined too many lives for far too long. Free Palestine, free Ukraine, stand against terrorism, save humanity. Thank you for choosing World Buzz Bulletin for your global news coverage. Stay safe and stay informed.